Hi fashionistas, it's your girl Daniette here to talk about this week's topic. I wanted to get into this because I've had a lot of people ask me for advice for this, and when I'm styling a lot of my business clients, they do ask for some things to wear when they're attending other people's special occasions, and one of those main special occasions is someone else's wedding. I think what the bride wears when she's actually getting married is a pretty big topic, and she has a lot of influence and a lot of advice for that. But what happens when you're not a part of the bridal party? You're not the mother of the bride, you're not the bride herself, you're not the groom, all that good stuff. Let's talk about what's appropriate to wear to someone else's wedding, where you stand out, you look nice, people can say, oh, that girl looked great. Pictures don't look terrible because those pictures are kept for 20 some odd years, if the wedding lasts or if the marriage lasts. But in the positive sense, we want to know what to wear to other people's weddings, okay? Ready? Let's get into it. Sorry if there's some background noise, you guys. We're in our new location located in the middle of downtown Savannah. You know, we're in the city, so people are doing some work in the city because this is a working city. But to start off, what time of the year is this occasion? That's the first thing that you want to think about. Make sure that you're wearing colors that are not only appropriate for the season, but appropriate for the occasion. So if you're going to something, you want to be cautious about a jacket. Guys, you pretty much always have to have a jacket when it comes to someone's wedding, unless it's super duper ultra casual. You need to make sure you have a blazer or some type of coat of some manner or such. And you just want to make sure that whoever you go with, you coordinate with. Nobody wants to go to a wedding and they're going with somebody and they don't really coordinate with that individual, right? Ladies, you want to bring some type of nice cover up or a shawl or a scarf or something like that to make sure that you're able to, you know, be comfortable. And you kind of want that alternative. If you get too hot from dancing, you want to make sure that you have the sleeveless as far as the dress goes. But then if you want to be able to cover up, if you get too cold just sitting there for the ceremony, you have that. Just like the bride likes to kind of change her look from one to the other, you're kind of in that motion as well, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to refer to my article on body types. Different body types need to be conscious of different things when it comes to this. I know everybody's gonna pull out the bougiest of girdles, but do not wear anything that goes against your body type. I know everybody wants to have the hourglass body type, so everybody wants to pull out that mermaid gown. It's okay to be A-line. It's okay to wear A-line. It's okay to wear fit flare. It's okay to just flatter that top and have something just draped down to the bottom. It's easy. All you have to do is focus on the right bra. It's okay to wear something that has a nice midi-length sleeve. It's okay to do that. But like for the fall months, let's try to stay, you know, below the knee, like T-length or floor length, depending on your height and body type. But then for the spring months, it's okay to still do floor length or T-length, but then it's okay to go a little bit above the knee. Do not go too high above the knee. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so the number one topic that I probably should start off with is it's never okay to wear white to someone's wedding.
It's never okay. It's never okay. It's never okay
To wear white to someone else's wedding. It's never okay to wear any version of white to anybody's wedding, except if it's an all-white wedding. If you have to ask if it's an all-white wedding, it's not an all-white wedding. Let's be abundantly clear. When I say variations of white, I'm talking about white, cream, ivory, off-white, all that good stuff that y'all want to put in the white category. I would even stay away from tans and beige. Anything too light, I would not do it. Like a pastel color even, and you get photographed the wrong way, it could kind of look white, like a really light gray, or a really, really like light beigeish pink. You know what I'm saying? All those little bright pastel colors. Stay pastel, but don't go too pastel, because if you get photographed the wrong way, it could look white, and people could look at the picture like, is she serious? Even though they were there and they know that you weren't wearing white. So yeah, stay away from the light colors, I highly recommend, but absolutely no to white. If it is an all white wedding, try to get some clarity on which white it is, because obviously everybody's gonna be wearing different whites, but I will advise you now and probably advise you again, do not wear different whites in your outfit. If you're gonna have bright white, do bright white. If you're gonna do cocaine white, do cocaine white. If you're gonna do ivory, do ivory. I highly recommend you stay away from the creams, because then you'll photograph really bad next to everybody else wearing proper white. So when all else fails, bright white or ivory are the number one things to go. But try your best to avoid wearing white to somebody else's wedding. And if it is an all white wedding, don't come in the snazzy whites, like the sequins and all that good stuff. Then you're obviously taking advantage and taking attention from the bride. Do you want to pull up and look like the bride? No. Stick with the satins and the solid whites, all that good stuff. Do not do the blinky whites to somebody else's wedding, please. Another thing that could be a huge indicator on what to wear to somebody else's wedding would be the wedding invitation. So a proper wedding sends out save the dates, then it sends out RSVP notices, all that good stuff. Try not to bug the bride about it, before receiving this type of stationery. But if it's one of those things where brides are sending out last minute stationery, which we do see in the pandemic, then I could understand the need to want to reach out for that. But proper stationery is going to indicate what the dress type is. And then you're also going to get a vibe off of that stationery, right? Because any proper wedding and any really elegant bridal party or bride and groom that wants to give off a particular aesthetic is going to make sure you get an ounce of that aesthetic when they send you that stationery. That stuff is not cheap. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it.
Keep it.
And anytime you have a question about the wedding, refer to the stationery or the wedding website. A lot of brides do have their own wedding website with a whole lot of information. So anytime you have a question, that it's available on there or it's in the invitation. Refer to that invitation. That invitation could be the different colors of the wedding. But I would encourage guests, unless otherwise instructed to do so, don't wear the wedding colors. This actually happened to me when I got married. I had a little small elopement at a family church, and everybody thought that my wedding colors were going to be pink and white because those were the colors of my invitation. But at last minute, I changed the colors to black and white. And so everybody came to my wedding in pink and white. And when we were taking pictures, they were like, I thought the wedding colors were pink and white. That's why I wore pink. And I think this is just kind of like a little country southern tradition, if that makes sense. But it's not what you do. You wear colors that may complement it, but like if the colors are navy, burgundy, and gold, I would stay away from the navies, burgundies, and golds. I would just come, sounds like a fall wedding, but come in black. Come in rose gold. Stay away from white. But you don't have to come wearing the colors of the wedding. Now, navy is a very common color, so you may come wearing rose gold and bring your husband wearing navy and rose gold. I get it. But please understand that your husband may photograph like the groomsmen. That's just the way it is. And I don't know, it's just a little annoying when people come up to me like, oh, are you a part of the bridal party? Like, that's just not it. And you don't want any confusion when people are taking pictures or trying to get pictures of the bridal party, or you take pictures with the bridal party. You don't want people to think that you were in the bridal party, because obviously you're not going to be exactly like them, but it kind of just throws the picture off, right? So just be evidently not a part of the bridal party. I actually dress a lot of mother of the brides, and they make a point not to wear any of the colors in the bridal party. So trust me, you are not out of line when you show up not wearing the colors of the wedding. Another thing you want to consider when it comes to your attire for the wedding is the undergarments. I understand that you want to look nice, you want to look right, you want to look tight, but you don't need girdle after slip after waist trainer. Because more than anything, the bride and groom, they want you to be there and they want you to participate. So if your undergarments are not functional, or your dress is not functional, or your blazer is too tight so it's not functional, or your pants are too tight so you can't dance and it's not functional, or your shoes are killing your feet so you're not functional, then you can't dance on the dance floor. Then it takes that much more energy for you to get up and actually get a plate. Or you don't want to eat because you know you're going to explode if you eat. Or you had to run to the bathroom because you tore your zipper, so the rest of the night is kind of ruined. Nobody wants to remember that, right? Not yourself, not the bride and groom, not anybody that sat next to you when it happened, because then it's a topic to talk about the next day. You don't want to be that topic. The bride and groom want you to participate. Come, show up, look nice, and live your best life on the dance floor. Eat. They spend a lot of money for you to be there and celebrate this momentous occasion with them. So look good, but be functional. Another thing that I take into account when it comes to weddings is kind of save the silver for the summer, spring months, and save the golds and champagnes and rose golds for the other months, the fall and winter months. That's the way I like to accessorize things. Try not to mix multiple metals when you're wearing outfits, like have gold shoes, but have rose gold jewelry. Kind of want to make sure you're in the right realm, look consistent, don't be anything to talk about, but be something to admire visually. Those are two good words of thumbs to have. Don't be anything to talk about, but be something to admire visually. people walk by, they should notice you and admire what you're wearing, but don't feel like you don't have to like grab attention when people see you. You want to keep that in mind as far as your fashion is concerned. And your makeup, you want to keep that in mind for your makeup. For more on this, feel free to hit me up. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here, I'm open. Put comments in the comment box below and I'll get a notification about it and I'll respond as soon as I can. Or feel free to DM me on Instagram or reach out. Or you can also email me. Let me know your questions. d.thomas@daniette.com. This is your girl, D. Thomas. Thank you so much, fashionistas, for tuning in. I'll catch you next week. And you guys have a great day. Yours in fashion, Daniette.